Want to welcome everybody to WDOJ. I'm trying to get all these videos out. I'm rocking them as quick as I can. This is Let's Get Real. I did a letter to white America. I'm doing a letter to black America. For all that I've seen, there was the last video I done before it got pulled, and I put it back up and pulled again. This is a letter to black America. And what I'm going to talk about is why do we continue to use oppression as an excuse? Why do we continue to use what white America does to us, but forget about what we do to ourselves? Why do we continue to blame the educational system when we don't educate ourselves? Why do we depend on an educational system to teach black history to our children when we can teach it ourselves? Why do we base our economics on a white economics? Why do we base our success on their success? Why do we base our religions on their religion? I ask these questions of black America because for centuries, we have been a people to overcome once we learned to work together. Now, people always bring up slavery, but we don't understand slavery. Slavery was a combination of tribes who were at war, who did not like each other. So getting them together to make a better system for themselves was virtually impossible. They were just basically navigating themselves into a better position to oppose those they didn't like, to eradicate their own. See, this is what history books keep away from you. This is what history books keep away from black people, black Americans, not Africans, not Europeans, not nothing. We are black Americans. We were brought to this country as tribes, rival tribes. We were able to manifest ourselves, to unite, to overcome, to develop. But look at us now. We're in reverse. We complain about education, we complain about money, we complain about this, and the system did this, and the system. That's all you hear on the radio. It's all you see on television. But when a real person gets on and tells you the truth, you don't want to hear it. You don't want to watch it. All you want to hear is, oh, poor black man. We put ourselves here. We ain't had no education in the beginning, but we became surgeons, teachers, lawyers, politicians. We built a wealth structure for ourselves. And all we told is we're not equal to the white structure. You can never be equal to the white structure because the white structure outnumbers us 3-1. Sports, entertainment, we dominate. So why we can't get our stuff together? No, because we're trying to fit in a white structure. Money is money, dog. If all our NFL players went to Canada, we'd be watching Canadian TV right now. If all our basketball players went to Europe, we'd be watching European TV. We must use our economic power. We must use our ability in music, science, everything that we are excelling in to our advantage, not disadvantage. We get on our own people. While these white folks love Trump. No matter what that white man do, they love him. No matter what Bush Jr. did, they supported him. But we want to condemn LeBron James. We want to condemn Will Smith. We want to condemn anybody they tell us to. Not understanding what these people done or why they done it. I commented on the Will Smith situation. For y'all that didn't really watch the video, Chris Rock forgot he was black. In that moment, he forgot he was black. And for y'all don't know, he said these comments before. Now, what prompted that was the producers. Because when the joke came out, you saw Will Smith and they panned to his wife. And when his wife wasn't smiling and you saw pain, exactly what he saw in his wife was pain. A natural reaction is on sight. You put my wife on blast and 1 million people. Millions of people are watching this, bro. So I'm going to put you on blast. And 1 million people going to see this. And now bad black people saying, oh, this stage and blah, blah, blah. No, he didn't expect him to do it. Period. Oh, he didn't stumble him. He didn't knock him out. He ain't punch him. He slapped him. If he had fell down from a slap, then Lord, he was weak. You know, I'm proud of the man for apologizing and getting his stuff straightened out where he could, deal with himself. Denzel Washington is a great black man and has always been able to help other black actors excel and understand how to balance things. But you can't balance that. You didn't hear nobody make no jokes about Denzel's wife. None. When he won. Jokes were made about him. That's what roasting's about. Oh, it took Denzel to die to get a Grammy or an Oscar or whatever they gave him. They ain't hear nothing about his wife. And I've known black men of less stature to go after another man but disrespecting his wife. I don't care what freaky deaky stuff they got going on. We still should support them of their choices. Just as white America support theirs and their choices. We too condemn our own so fast. The white man ain't got to do nothing. We do it ourselves. Oh, they got too rich. They thought they're white. They're kids and blah, blah, blah. Well, you raise kids in this environment. You raise kids consciously. You don't know which way your kids are going to go. They're not superly proud of their children's antics. And I guarantee you in private it lets be known. But you don't chastise your child in public. You don't put your stuff on blast. But you got to support them for their choices. But they got to live with those choices because when they get older, they're going to look back and say, damn, I look like a damn fool. Next, LeBron. Oh, he went to Miami to win a championship and yada, yada. Why is it such a problem when young black men decide their own destiny? They decided their own destiny. Danny Ainge do it. Great GM. Utah's draft, great people. But when a black man decides his own destiny, and gets with his friends and say, we gonna make our destiny. We gonna tell them what we gonna do. We in uproar. You understand that man came from nothing. Ridiculed for what his mother did. Put on blast for millions to see. And ain't nobody come to his aid but his friend. He said, come play with me. It wasn't Miami was not their first choice if you did your research as a black man. For all y'all know, put it out there. Let people really know the truth. It's just Pat Riley is smart. I'm gonna at least get a championship or two out of this son of a gun. Then he ran back to Cleveland. No, he told them 4 years. No, they didn't like him telling them, but he told them. I'm only playing 4 years, and I'm going back to Cleveland. And that young man came back there, played 4 years, and brought a championship to them peoples. Now, I'm a Jordan diehard fan. He ain't do that. His character is what I look at. How he carries himself. Everybody says it's hard to play with LeBron. Yes, it is, because his expectations are for you to step up, man. Not just in the game, but economically, socially. That's why it's hard to play with LeBron. The white boys don't have no problem. Jeff Love ain't have no problem. Just the black. And they manipulate you black men, athletes, to say negative things about him. Didn't have to come back and recant every damn thing you said. Because it wasn't true. So when are we, as a black people, gonna stop? I thought, damn, we might wake up after Tupac and Biggie. We didn't. Watch 2 young men be killed. Not by the white man, by the black man. Over money. Period and simple. Money. And many others have died. Rappers dying every day now. Kids dying every day now. They blasting on each other like it's tombstone out here. I don't see no Al Sharpton. I don't see no Reverend Jackson. I don't see none of these black so-called leaders. What happened to George Floyd? Bad. Terrible thing. Life. I don't see them marching for that little 7-year-old girl that covered her sister so that she wouldn't get killed. But she died. I ain't see them marching in the streets. I ain't see them asking for them niggas' heads. I don't see them nowhere stopping this in the streets. Because it don't get no TV play, baby. So who gives a fuck? I'm sorry, my language can't do that. Who cares? The system is not going to care about you unless you care about yourselves. If you're pushing drugs, my brothers, do it smart. If you got a smart kid out there, pay him for being smart. Help him go to college. Help him be that lawyer that you're going to need when you get popped. I can't tell you what to do with your life, but don't be stupid. Riding around in fancy cars and jewelry and all that and ain't got a damn dime to get a lawyer. That should be your number one investment in crime. Lawyer. You get a public defender, you're going to get a public bucket. I just have to say that because that's how it goes. You're too busy bling blinging. Rappers bling bling and now you're broke. Because you don't understand videos cost money. You got these companies buying your records to make you a millionaire. That got to come back. Now you're broke. You got Drake and Forbes and all these putting these lottie-dottie things in your head. When the truth comes out, they made you a millionaire. We hate on our own selves, our own culture, our own athletes, our own whatever. I remember they talked about Serena being so bad. Ugly. This, that, and that. Without respecting that these girls went out there and whooped ass. Or Tiger Woods, oh, he said he ain't black. Well, he's not all black. His mama Taiwanese. He gonna disregard his mama? But he went out there and whooped ass and changed the game. They went from wearing knobby socks and looking like clowns to dressing like they pressed. Polo sold so many shirts and slacks and shoes. Tiger went out there looking good. Win or lose, he looked good. And the world caught on. They got rappers today, all they talk about is killing one another. No substance to what they got to say. No substance in what they're doing. Slave for a paycheck. Still in slavery, bro. You're still a slave. Because once you try to go do something from your community, watch your record sales plummet. Run around here looking like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and Ronald McDonald, all this pink and wearing all this weirdos. You're dumbing down the generation behind you. Then the true story come out. You ain't got the real tattoos on your face. They spray painted. This fool ain't do none of the stuff he was talking about. No, you didn't. Because all the fools that did what they said on a rap song is sitting in prison. But we too stupid. We dumbed down a whole generation. But this ain't the first time it was done. We talk about white people. What you think they did to rock and roll? Heavy metal. Had men running around with long hair and sequins and rouge on their damn face. Any expression of aggressiveness against the system, you fall. And Eminem, you got to reverse this, man. And all y'all that hating on that man, you got to reverse it. What you think Willie Mays went through. All the black athletes that had to break through the door so y'all could play. He had to be better than anything or anybody that come out. That's just a psychology thing. He knew he had to be better than anybody or anything that comes out because he's always going to be labeled a white boy. Just like blacks in sports, economics, being doctors. They was always going to be looked at as a nigga. So they had to excel higher than every white boy in there. That's America. So the letter to Black America, until you get your stuff right in your streets, in your neighborhoods, these motherfuckers ain't gonna care. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't. If you can't get your own self right and stop blaming someone else. Stop teaching your kids to blame someone else. Oh, it's society. Oh, it's oppression. Oh, it's poverty. Niggas killing each other in Africa, bro. So what is it? We've had black men give their lives for their families to be better. We had black men fight in every single war in this country so we can be better, not what we are now. I remember Obama came president. Black people complaining. Why? Because you ain't got the balls to do what he did. He come from a mama with different baby daddies, on welfare, raised by his grandparents. Black people don't like success because if they see success, then people expect them to do the same. So they condemn those that have done it. They ridicule those that have done it. They try to find fault so they don't have to look at themselves as sorry ass niggas. But you're not the first. What the hell over there in Ukraine and Russia? Ain't a black person over there. Maybe a few. But I really mean that. So we need to get off this tip of being oppressed. Because we only oppress ourselves. We need to get off this tip that society owes us anything. This country don't owe us a damn thing. The only reason the Indians got theirs because they signed some treaties which is law and they got their money. We didn't. We got our freedom. And just because they killed us shouldn't have stopped us from keep on moving. They killed their own. So what do you think they're going to do to us? You're quick to show a black man getting killed on TV by a white cop or a cop, but you don't show the kids that get killed by drive-bys or getting shot because people shooting up somebody's house. You want to be real about things. Until we change our own environment, like Tupac said, ain't nobody gonna care. Nobody. The world don't care because we over here slaughtering each other. The world don't care about Africa because they over there slaughtering each other. The world don't care about the Russian and whatever hell war unless it start to fuck with their economics, and now that's the only reason they messing with him. You messing with the world's economics, dog. We got to do something to you. They ain't over there in Sudan and all that place where they killing one another like roaches. Ain't no economic value. The diamond mines, all the mineral mines, all owned by Nigerians. Billionaires. Yet they people starving. Same thing we doing here. Bentleys. I got a Bentley. I got a Lamborghini. I got a Mercedes. I got this. Well, your people starving in the neighborhood. What the hell are you thinking? What you make in a year, you could feed 20 families for 20 years. You can build your neighborhoods up. Come up with your team. Come up with your partners. Develop something worth protecting. But you want your street cred, so you want to hang out with them. I understand it's hard in the hood, but you got to decide life or death. Because you're going to get it either way. You become a gangbanging shooting fool, you're going to get killed or go to prison. You turn them down, they're going to beat you up and maybe kill you. You're not giving our own kids an option. Black men and women. Women getting in the game too. Not giving our own children an opportunity. We're only going to climb out of this if we climb out of it economically. This country is built on money. Don't matter how you want to look at it. Look at OJ. I don't know if he did it or not, but if he ain't had no money, he'd be in jail. Look at Kobe. If he ain't had no money, he'd be labeled a rapist. So when are you going to learn economic value determines our outcome? Even if you're going to do a dope deal, if you got a lawyer, things change. Game changer. It's going to always be drug addicts. But the government is already figuring that out by legalizing damn near everything. Now what you going to do? Sell the babies? You put fentanyl on the streets. No different than cocaine. It was put there to kill us. There's black people, white people, anybody that ain't got the power or willpower to stay the fuck away from the drugs. Ain't nothing wrong, get a little high now and then. But if it keeps you from advancing in life, if it keeps you sitting on your ass, then it ain't worth doing. And that go for alcohol too. If it's fucking up your family, messing up your life, messing up your baby mama, everybody's life, then it ain't worth doing. That short-term money ain't nothing. Old saying, if you ain't making Colombian money, you ain't making money. And if you don't know what Colombian money is, then you don't need to be in the game. That's what it's about, my friend. As a black people, we have to, one, respect our history, understand how we got to where we got to. Where did we fall off? And how do we get back to where we were? Yes, the government, white man, whatever you want to call it, gonna steal because they've been stealing from each other. But now they got black people stealing from black people. What you think they made gun laws easy? One for the white man. Supposed to kill one another. You put more powerful weapons on the street, you got more dead niggas. Unleash the police. Because we're afraid of retaliation. I always said, cop killed my kid for no damn reason, and I'm gonna try to get away with an accident. Ain't gonna be no mercy. We're gonna be sitting in the same cell, feeling the same grief, because I'm gonna kill your kid. I definitely will take that money and murk them. So we'll sit in the same cell, feeling the same grief. That's how we have to start to be. We have to start to be strong, not weak. Can't let drug dealers come in and take over our neighborhood. We can't come in and let them destroy our children. Give them a section. This is where you do your thing. This is where the crackheads gonna come. We'll set it up with Popo. They don't mess with you. So you stay the hell out of our neighborhood and leave our kids alone. Allow them to walk these streets and go to school and play in the playgrounds. Now, y'all just going to disrupt everything. But you don't go up in white neighborhoods doing nothing. That's the problem with us. Conditioning. And then that conditioning did not come from the white man, it came from a black man. Keep telling us we're oppressed. Ain't too many of us got more than 30% black in us. And we claiming a heritage that they don't even like us. Reaching back for roots that they don't even give a shit about us. If you've been over there, you've gone to that country, they don't even like us. They got names for us. The problem with black people, we don't teach the truth. We want to claim everything. We want to claim to be the first peoples. We want to be claimed to do this. We always want to claim everything good. But if we're the first people, we're the first killers. We're the first rapists. Don't blame that on the white man. I'm talking about coming up with some wacky idea from Adam and Eve. If you want to claim being the first, you got to claim everything. And nothing about the Persians were white, Babylonians, Egyptians. I can keep going. Wasn't nothing about them white. And they had slaves. They were cruel. They murdered, they killed, and they raped and pillaged. We just growing up in a time where times have been reversed. Genghis Khan, if you go back to China, Japan, all these countries, they had their days. You had the Vikings, you had all these people had their days. We just come in circle where it's just not our day. But instead of overcoming that, we sit up here and we got these political leaders talking crybaby shit. Educate yourself. Ever since the inception of the sheriff in the Wild Wild West, cops been killing people. The sheriff hang whoever he want to. Gunslingers. For hire. Understand the balance of understanding who we are as Americans. Incorporate ourselves as being American. Be proud of it. Be proud of it. Yes, the flag stands for something that may not be occurring in this nation, but it stands for an idea that people will die to get here to do. Drown in boats, starve coming across deserts to get here. Because they know when they get here, they got a chance. See, that's what's wrong with you. Y'all ain't never been nowhere. You don't know poverty. As long as you got food stamps, social services, you ain't gonna never know poverty, bro. You ain't eating. You need to walk on out that house and go do this, tell my mama I'm on crack. I'm hungry. You can't do that in Mexico. You can't do that in Sudan. You can't do that in half these countries. Start appreciating what you got. Not what looking out for what you want. You want an iPhone? Make one. He did. Develop your own mind, your own things, and do the work that it takes. MySpace started off as a joke. Yahoo, Google. We ain't stopped from doing none of that, bro. Because you can't stop the internet. Now they bought them out to control it, but they made their money. And ain't nobody investing them. Money is green. You got an idea that can make some money, they don't give a damn what color you are. Because there are investors of all races around all these worlds and countries, buddy. So, F the white man, I'll use the Chinaman, the Japanese. You know, that's how we overcome. We stop complaining. Every single day, I hear Urban View, this, and all they do is complain. You don't make it nowhere in as long as you complaining. You got a small business, you need to hook up with another small business. This is how they got where they got to. Mergers. We can't merge. We're too busy hating. They do mergers. Make their company bigger, stronger. People don't know Walmart. That man started out with a little tiny store. Started providing people with everything, little thing they wanted that they couldn't get at the big stores. Now, little store going to a big store, which grew into a bigger store. Came out with the idea of a one-stop shop. Changed the whole grocery market. You go to Walgreens, they got groceries. You go to Target, they got everybody. It became an identity from a man that came from poverty. We have to think like that. Hip-hop is nothing but a poverty-driven idea that is now all over the world. We determine music, dance, fashion. We need to start learning how to use it to our economic advantage. Start only using black designers. Start using our people. I ain't talking about your cousin Willie or your auntie that can sew. I'm talking about people that can really do. They said the Black Panther was going to be a flop. One of Marvel's highest grossing movies. You see, some people look past that and look at the concept of the movie and the movie plot. Along with the actor himself. He preserved balance, self-esteem. He just flowed with that. So people didn't have no, I don't care. I've seen the racist son of a guns sneak and watch Black Panther. Don't ever get confused. The races are being used by their own people. They're being used by their own people. So let's forget about white people and focus on ourselves. And you black churches are the worst. How dare you put a church in the community and live better than that community that you are serving? Where the pastor's riding deep. And the kid drove to church every damn day and his mama giving up the baloney money. Why ain't you out in these streets? Hiding behind a wall. Then wonder why a generation is the way it is. Because all they got is dope dealers and preachers. On this side, you got dope man. This side, you got the church. Not one of them coming together to make that middle part better. Just hoping I get a little scrape and you get a little scrape. I wonder why kids out here killing and taking. They tired of it. They're frustrated. So now they like I say, they're not knocking no more. They kicking in the door with the guns blazing. This is what the generation's doing now. And that was back in 1995 and 96. This is just a cycle that's going to repeat itself until we make a change no different than any immigrant or culture that's come to this country has to make a change of development. And that's economics. The mafia still does what it does, but it don't move on to real estate. Capital. Still got its side hustle, but it's looked as prominent now. But we still looked as niggas. Until we stop that violence in our neighborhoods, the system is just going to continue to look at us like we are. And that allows these racist son of a guns to feed off of that. But they too damn stupid because they've been fed off of. They find somebody to blame just like we find somebody to blame. It's our fault our educational system is the way it is. If they ain't teaching black history, we teach it. If they're not keeping your kid up on spelling, you need to. Stay out the clubs, the strip clubs, work a 2-3 job. If you have work 2-3 jobs and your woman got to work jobs, somebody need to go educate themselves so they can cut down on them damn jobs. By buying your kids PlayStation and phones and computers so they can sit on Facebook all damn day or YouTube and watch stupid videos while you at work. Set aside time for you to explain your kids' life. Set a time for you to explain your kids about being black and how to make it through the streets, the police, and in society. So yeah, this is a letter to my black people. Wake the fuck up. Stop complaining. Stop bringing up slavery. Stop talking about 400 years of oppression. Because the first man to get land was a black man. When he got freed, he got slaves. The governors for the South were black. I can go on and on and on and on. But we as a people continue to dumb ourselves down. Yes, they killed a lot of black people in Oklahoma. Now they're getting paid. What they gonna do with that money? Hell, you take your stimulus check, instead of getting a little hoopty and doing a little Instacart or a little stuff, you go buy a flat screen TV. There are too many opportunities out here for us to make it now. There are no more excuses for the black man. But if you sit here and continue to watch these TV shows and listen to these serious radio shows that continue to depict us as victims, you're going to continue to be where you at. Because they get their money just the same way everybody else do. Get you to watch. And nobody likes the truth. They like a liar. A person that tells the truth is hated. A liar is loved. They never tell you the truth. They blame everyone else. We are the problem in our neighborhoods. We burn down our own neighborhoods. Talking about frustration. That ain't frustration. That's just greed. Going in there taking TVs and all that kind of stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with frustration, bro. That's taking advantage of a moment. Period. Frustration is going down to the Capitol and trying to lynch folks like them rednecks tried to do. That's frustration. Well, if they were black, they would have killed them all. And at least we would have displayed our frustration. That's what we need to do. Show our frustration. Get out and use your right to vote, no matter if you believe it counts or not. They fear us in numbers. Because they know that for every black man, there are about 5 white folks chasing behind them. That's just reality. They fear us for our ability to overcome. Our ability to accept them in our neighborhoods because they're poor too. They're struggling too. Our abilities to take in our children that are mixed. Our ability to take in our get off the street. We need to get back to that. Get back to fighting for what we want. Stop making excuses. If you own a store, don't go buy Benz. Invest in your store. Invest in what you got. Be happy with the little Ford Escort. Bill Gates was. And that man got filthy money. Understand the deception. Understand the game. The game is to keep some down and allow a few in. It just looks bad for us because we're less percentage. But if white America, you did by people, they've been oppressing each other since they got here. They always throw percentage at you black people because you don't understand. Per capita. Mother, screw that. You got 5 times more white folks in prison than we got. And if you're black, stop doing the crime and you won't do the time. If you know you're going to rob something and you're going to get 3 times as Billy Bob over there, then you know not to do it. You can't do it. Just like the black man couldn't drink out the white man's sink. The black man couldn't use the white man's bathroom. You black folks have to start thinking that way. Once again, so we can overcome. And we're not going to have to make those kind of sacrifices that they had to make before us. Unless it come for our own. This is what Let's Get Real is about. Let's get real and tell the truth. We got black politicians I ain't seen unless it's a something televised. Something of importance. And I guarantee you they got nice homes, the kids go to nice schools. We can't change nothing till we change ourselves. That's my letter to Black America. All I'm saying is wake up. Been listening to WDLJ. Thank you very much. We'll see you another day. Peace.